Luca Guadagnino's newest film is Challengers. Pushed back from its Oscar-primed original release date of September 2023, the film is now slated to open on April 26 as counter-programming to the summer's traditional blockbuster fare. And after seeing the movie, that choice makes sense to me. This is not a tender and heartbreaking effort akin to Guadagnino's indie darling Call Me By Your Name. This is a crowd-pleasing mainstream smash that comes really close to being a grand slam. Challengers follows a young tennis prodigy turned coach named Tashi Duncan, who gets caught between former best friends and tennis partners Patrick and Art, and uses their desire for her to pit them against each other and inspire them to both become greater athletes. I'm not a particularly big tennis fan, but Guadagnino and his cinematographer Sayambu Mudikpram and editor Marco Costa have crafted an extremely exhilarating experience. The tennis sequences are extremely engaging, some of the best sports filmmaking I've seen in a while. There's POVs from the players, there's shot from behind, from above, from below the court. There's a POV shot from the tennis ball's perspective. Guadagnino was a madman on this one. And again, I'm not a tennis expert, but to my layman's eyes, it really feels like the actors put in the work to convincingly portray tennis professionals. The cinematography and editing do a lot to keep the pace moving at the perfect tempo, as does the non-linear storytelling, which at varying moments can keep the audience ahead of the characters to create some compelling dramatic tension, and other times keep the audience on their toes, as they try to figure out the new permutations of the central trio's relationship. But the absolute standout of the film for me is its score by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. They've created a house music inspired anthem that does so much of the heavy lifting to drive forward the film's momentum. It's such an unexpected choice that plays perfectly, and I'm sure it's about to make its way onto many people's workout playlists. The acting from the three leads, Zendaya, Josh O'Connor, and Mike Faist, is solid across the board, but unfortunately I think the script lets them down a little bit and holds the film back from being a total grand slam. The biggest surprise for me was how much focus was placed on the characters of Art and Patrick, as this is really a story told from their perspective. I totally bought into their relationship and the subtle ways their personalities and drives compare and contrast. But the big problem area for me is surprisingly Zendaya's Tashi. She's unfortunately a little underwritten, lacking the complexity of her male counterparts. She amounts to little more than a trophy for either of these men to win, or the plot device to stoke the flames of their growing rivalry and need for success. I wanted a lot more interiority and complexity for her character, but the script just kind of coasts on keeping her an enigma. There is the makings of an interesting character arc for her, as she starts as a tennis prodigy who has her career cut short by an injury. Technically, this is a film about Tashi's obsession with winning. It's about what happens when your dream is unexpectedly taken from you and you have no other healthy outlets in place to redirect your passion and drive. It's about the potentially toxic mindset that can drive so many exceptional figures, be they athletes, artists, or intellectuals, to push themselves and others further in ways that could be harmful or abusive. Unfortunately, I don't think the script ever really explores this in a compelling way. The saving grace, of course, is that Tashi is played by Zendaya, who brings so much depth and nuance to her performance that Tashi is not only just as compelling as her male co-stars, but also helps elevate the entire film around her. So those are my thoughts on Challengers. Let me know yours in the comments below. Follow me on Letterboxd at JoshDFloyd if you want more of my movie opinions. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.